All right, Padres lose 8-2. Dylan Cease pitches like shit. Martin Maldonado needs to be DFA'd tomorrow, and Mike Shildt continues to make excuses for his bench, but also says he has to work with what he's given. A clear cry for help to the general manager of this team. Welcome to the wrap-up show. For the next hour or so, we'll talk about this just awful night from not only the Padres offense, but from Dylan Cease. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 10,000 subscribers. With your help, we'll get there very soon. I'm thinking at least by next month, we'll be in the 10K subscriber land. And hit that like button as well. If you want to help out this show, if you want to help out this channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get this thing to 10,000 subscribers. So, yeah, I mean, look, tonight, I said this today on John and Jim. It feels like with Dylan Cease, the last, I don't know, 6-7 starts. Well, hope Dylan Cease turns it around tonight. Hope this is the start for Dylan Cease to, join the 2025 season. He's had some nice outings this year, but all in all, just an awful season from him. I mean, I don't care what stupid metric you want to throw my way about his fastball percentage and his first pitch strike percentage and his velocity and all that bullshit. Dude's got almost a 5 ERA. Okay. He's got almost a 5 ERA. Any argument, any statistic and analytic that you throw my way, I'll tell you he's got a 5 ERA. And that's all you need to know. I'm sorry. He is not having a good season. And now the conversation, which we'll, I think have tonight is, does anything change for you at the deadline? Anything change for you at the deadline? Not as far as buying at the deadline. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, does anything change with you on Dylan Cease? We'll get into that later in the show. But look, dude, Dylan Cease tonight, awful outing. I mean, I thought it was pretty comical of Mike Shildt post-game to say that he, in this third inning, he thought he was going to have a no-hitter tonight. Like, what? I mean, yeah, he was pretty good the first couple innings, but like, have you watched Dylan Cease this year? I was fully prepared post-game, too, for him to drop he only made a couple mistakes tonight. All in all, his stuff was really good. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Dylan Cease has had an awful year. He's been dog shit since the postseason, truthfully. I mean, he's been broken since the postseason last year. His first start against LA at Dodger Stadium in Game 3, leading into, Game 4, pitching on 3 days rest, where, like, I understand the offense was the main issue in the postseason last year, going 24 scoreless innings. But, yeah, it didn't even give this team a chance to win. Leading into this year, he had to step it up, man. I mean, you're going into a walk year. You're looking to get a big-time contract in the offseason. You got Scott Boras as your agent, so you're going to be looking at top dollar wherever you go. And you put up this dog shit performance this year? Again, you can save your analytics and your advanced stats and your fastball percentage and your first pitch percentage of strikes. Like, I'm sorry. The dude's got almost a 5 ERA. He's 3-9 on the year. He's not good. Right now, he's not good. Okay? So save me with all of those advanced analytics bullshit. All right? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this team continuously trying to, put lipstick on a pig here and telling us how great this team's, analytics are and how their advanced stats are so good. If they're so good, then why isn't this team better? Why do they have one of the worst offenses in baseball? Why is Dylan Cease one of the worst pitchers in the sport for ERA? I mean, you look at his ERA, he's got one of the worst ERAs for qualified starting pitchers in baseball. Oh, but his fastball velocity is great. His first pitch strike percentage is awesome. Give me a fucking break. I don't care. Like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing the mind-numbing excuses from this team why they should be better and why they don't have an answer. I get it. If you want to throw it's baseball. Sure, that's fine. I get it. But save me with the hey, look at this guy's advanced analytics. He's doing great. All I heard, Xander Bogaerts, his numbers, they should be, his advanced stats are great. Dude's a singles merchant with no power. All right. He's getting paid $26 million a year to provide you with no production. A couple meaningless singles here and there. That's it. Dylan Cease. Bro, you're supposed to be the ace of this team. And you're going out and putting up performances like that consistently. I could not be more disappointed in a single player than I am with Dylan Cease for this season. We all expect Xander to do absolutely nothing, right? We all expected Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz to be awful. We all expected this bench to be awful. We all expected the depth of this team to be awful. The one thing that I didn't expect was for Dylan Cease to look like shit this entire year. Going into a walk year and you put up this performance, dude. If I'm a team looking at Dylan Cease in the offseason, bro, no thank you. No thank you. I just, and I'm not the only one, right? I feel like this fan base, and I see you guys in the chat and I see you guys in my mentions. I mean, people are over it, dude. We've already experienced Blake Snell here. And the crazy thing is, for as much as I despised watching Blake Snell pitch, he is twice the pitcher that Dylan Cease ever will be. Like, think about that. I despised having to watch Blake Snell. He was so infuriating to watch. Yet he is twice the pitcher that Dylan Cease is. And it's like not even close. Dylan Cease does not have 2 Cy Youngs. Blake Snell does. Dylan Cease does not have the postseason success that Blake Snell has. Blake Snell does. So I just could not be more disappointed with a single player on this Padres team this year, more than I am with Dylan Cease. There are others as well, which is not a good sign. Xander, you knew he was just going to be average and mid at best. But like Fernando Tatis Jr., you want to throw him into the mix, throw him into the mix. You want to throw Jackson Merrill into the mix, throw Jackson Merrill in the mix. Do it. It's fine. We all knew this team was going to get with guys like Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz and fucking Trenton Brooks and Bryce Johnson. Give me a break, dude. I mean, you can't be serious with that. You cannot be serious with guys like Trenton Brooks and Bryce Johnson and Tyler Wade, who hasn't had a bat in like a month. Elias Diaz, Martin Maldonado, who's getting pinch hit for in the 5th inning for a guy that's hitting 167. Like, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. All right, we'll get to all your super chats. I see them flowing in right now. The comment section, the chat is wild tonight. I'll try to get to as many of you guys as possible. It's a little difficult with the solo show. Everything's moving quickly, but if you send in a super chat, I will 100% get to your comments and questions throughout tonight's show. And I appreciate all the super chats out there. You guys are amazing. Appreciate you guys. Been doing this for damn near 5 years, 6 years now. 6 years we started on the radio, 5 years, 4 years on YouTube. And it's a labor of love, guys, and we appreciate it for sure. Let's get to the first super of the night. Chucky D, thanks for the super, buddy. Really appreciate it. Says, I don't really care if we buy or sell at this point, but for F's sakes, ship Cease and his Magnum PI mustache and beehive out of town for anything. The conversation at the trade deadline, I think, is completely clear for this team, and it's buy. There's no world where they're selling. But I would look at Dylan Cease. You could trade Dylan Cease and still buy at the deadline. You could trade Dylan Cease. You could pick up another bat. You could pick up another starting pitcher. Michael King will be returning in August. Darvish has returned. Nick Pivetta has been really good for you. Randy Vasquez and Stephen Kolek have had better seasons than Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease is not a big-time pitcher. He is not a postseason pitcher. When the lights are the brightest, he crumbles under pressure. There's not been one time that I've seen Dylan Cease in a Padres uniform when the lights are the brightest where he has performed. Show me the game. Because I'll show you every game that he is underwhelmed in. Okay? I'm not talking about a game in June. I'm talking about a game in October. Okay? And any game this year. Preferably, tonight. Hey, dude, step it up, bro. Step it up. But I wouldn't be opposed to looking and just like throwing his name out there at the deadline to see what he could fetch for you. I'm dead serious, dude. What are you missing if you trade Dylan Cease? What are you missing? Honestly. Guy's got a 4.88 ERA, is 3.9 on the year. You get that same production from Stephen Kolek. Dylan's not returning. The question of, are the Padres even going to offer him a qualifying offer? And if they do, are you scared that he might pick it up? Because he's been awful this year, and what team's going to go out there and give him a big contract? And maybe Dylan Cease and Scott Boras are looking at themselves and saying like, maybe we pick up that qualifying offer. And the thought process to that would be, well, I'm making $22, $23, $24 million next year, and I get an opportunity to pitch much better next season to then get the big-time contract that I'm looking for in the offseason. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And if I was the Padres, I would be scared as hell to offer a qualifying offer, and he picks it up. Now, I think it's a foregone conclusion that they'll do that just because AJ Preller wants the draft pick. But, like, is there a chance that Dylan Cease says, wow, and he talks with his agent and he goes, look, do I really want to go into this offseason off of one of my worst years in my career when I'm looking for a $200+ million contract? What team on earth is going to pay me $200 million after I've put up a dog shit season? I think that's a legitimate question. And so then the qualifying offer, I mean, shit, if you're the Padres, you're like, please don't pick this up. But I have to offer it to him because we want the draft pick, because the likelihood of him picking it up is slim, but it's not 100% chance that he won't pick it up. So yeah, there's a bunch of questions there. And if you have an opportunity at the deadline to trade him and you don't have to worry about giving him a qualifying offer and the draft pick that you want from him if he leaves, but what if there's that chance because he's had an awful season that he does pick up that qualifying offer and then he returns next year because he wants to make his value and regain his value as a starting pitcher on the market that hopefully get over $200 million in free agency? But you don't want to deal with his bullshit anymore because this guy's not a big-time pitcher? Maybe you do look at the deadline to trade Dylan Cease. I'm dead serious. You could trade Dylan Cease at the deadline and still buy, while also getting something back for Dylan, because there will be some team out there that thinks that they can fix him. And instead of signing him to a $200 million contract in the offseason, they can just have him for the next 2 months and be like, oh, yeah, we can fix him. So, yeah, I would look to trade. I wouldn't actively say and put him and say okay, we are 100% trading Dylan Cease. I would just throw his name out there and see what you could fetch for him. I mean, what's the harm? You don't get what you like and you say no. I mean, then you're stuck with the guy for the rest of the year. And if you make the postseason, good luck with that. I mean, I don't think anybody has any faith. If his team made the postseason, by the way, if season ended today, they're out. I don't think anybody in the organization, and any Padres fan, would look themselves in the mirror, and if they were 100% honest with themselves, believe that Dylan Cease in a postseason game would be good, and that you'd have confidence in Dylan Cease going into a crucial postseason game. You know, the way this thing is trending right now, this team is scratching and clawing for the 6th seed. Okay, they make it as a 6th seed. Every game's on the road. You're confident with Dylan Cease on the road in a playoff game? Now, the thinking would be, yeah, I ain't pitching Dylan Cease in a postseason playoff game on the road because hopefully Michael King is healthy and you have Yu Darvish and you have Nick Pivetta. That's who I would go with. But at the same time, you're banking on a lot of things to happen for you that are just completely up in the air. The health of Michael King, the health of Yu Darvish going forward this season. And if one of those two guys weren't available for you in the postseason, in the wild card round, if this team were even lucky enough to make it there, then you got Dylan Cease out there in a crucial postseason game. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Guy crumbles under pressure all the time. Carlos, thanks for the super. I'm done. Dylan Cease is definitely my least favorite Padre. He's an effing bum. Every game is the same story. Offense is shit still. I hate this season. So Carlos is very optimistic about this year. And Dylan Cease, I could see. Appreciate the super there, buddy. Vector says, don't really know what to say about this poor play. Yeah. I think you watch this team and night in and night out, they just are boring. They are a boring baseball team. Like, they just don't do anything that's exciting offensively. If I'm looking at here, Perdomo for the DBacks with the grand slam tonight, he's got 64 RBIs on the year. He would lead the Padres in RBIs this season. It's not good, and I love Gavin Sheets, what he's done this year for this team. He has been one of the bright spots for the Padres this year, one of the bright spots and one of the good signings by AJ Preller. We'll get to AJ Preller in a minute here. But when Gavin Sheets, and this is no disrespect to Gavin Sheets, but when Gavin Sheets is your second best offensive player, you got problems, okay? You got major problems. Dylan Cease is this team's second best offensive player, and at times, he's this team's best offensive player. Man, he's not putting up a 960 OPS year. He's putting up an 820 OPS year, okay? That's not good. That's like the opposite of good. It's bad. Carlos, I could see the optimism still flowing through you. I hate this team, Jim. No life, no fun. Kill me now. Well, you're all good, dude. It's okay, but I get it. The frustration is absolutely real. I'm heated tonight because I have to watch this team on a daily basis, and it's the most boring thing on the planet at times. I mean, just no excitement, no fun. The same at bats over and over and over again. The same story over and over and over again with this team. They are dangerously close, guys, to having a negative run differential this year. I'm telling you, there is a 1% chance that this team will make the postseason with a negative run differential. I'm telling you, go back and look. Show me how many teams in the history of the sport have made the postseason and made a run to the World Series with a negative run differential. I'll wait. Taco Bell, call 911. Still the best YouTube handle out there. Appreciate it, super buddy. I have to see who Preller trades for to boost this team this year for me to have confidence in this season. What do we need more than anything? Thanks for the super. Yeah, glad you brought up that. I'm glad you brought up AJ Preller because Mike Shildt said something post game because I intently wanted to listen to Mike Shildt tonight. You know, this is one of those nights that you have to intently listen to Mike Shildt, okay, to see if he's going to bullshit you and give you some lame excuse, or if he's going to maybe crack a little bit and give you something closer to the truth. And tonight I felt like he gave you something more closer to the truth than giving you don't worry. Oh, don't get me wrong. He threw in bullshit as well. He glazed and he made excuses, and they're mind-numbing excuses to listen to. But I do feel like he cracked a little bit with not only Dylan Cease, but with this roster. And more importantly, with the roster, he said something that definitely stuck out to me. In the midst of him, glazing Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz and fucking Bryce Johnson, whoever shitty other players on this team. He said, I have to work with what I'm given. Now, I'm paraphrasing there, but he said essentially, this is what I have to work with, and I have to do my best job with what I have. That is a clear cry for help to AJ Preller. Like, we all know AJ's watching what we're watching. There's no universe that AJ Preller thinks that this is good enough. Like, none. So what's the fucking holdup? This is not sustainable. Okay? Martin Maldonado being pinch hit for in the 5th inning for a guy hitting 167 off the bench is literally insane. I can't understand that thought process. I really can't. Pinch hitting your catcher, pinch hitting for your catcher in the 5th inning, down by 5 runs for a guy hitting 167. Are you serious? Like, what? It is a clear cry for help. And AJ needs to do something like yesterday. And what needs to happen, and we've been talking about this, what needs to happen, they need to DFA Martin Maldonado tomorrow. They need to bring up Luis Campusano, and they need to play Campusano every day until the trade deadline, or at least, before the trade deadline, to figure out what you fucking got. And if in the next 2 weeks he goes, over, all right, you going out and getting a catcher wasn't changing. Like, this team has already been rumored to go out and be looking for 2 at-bats at least, and a couple, maybe a catcher. Like, it's not changing. So what's the hurt in doing that? Dylan Cease will pitch worse. Look at the numbers. Last year, Luis Campusano caught Dylan Cease for over 150 innings. You want to know what Dylan Cease's ERA last year was with Luis Campusano behind the plate? 3.48. And if you remember, he threw the no-hitter in Washington with nobody watching, with guess who behind the plate? Oh, Luis Campusano. So, like, I don't understand it. Again, Martin Maldonado, Elias Diaz, Bryce Johnson, Jose Iglesias, Trenton Brooks are not the reason why this team's offense is dog shit this year. It's a part of the issue. The bigger issue still remains. Jackson Merrill forgot how to hit a baseball. Fernando Tatis Jr. has no power anymore. Xander Bogaerts is just a singles merchant. Luis Ariz, it's been better, but Luis Ariz has as many home runs as Jackson Merrill and Xander Bogaerts. That's not good. When Gavin Sheets, like I said, is your second best offensive player, you got major problems, dude. But how you don't try to address clear issues with your team, like, you're not trading Fernando Tatis Jr., you're not trading Jackson Merrill, you're not trading Xander Bogaerts, mainly because you can't trade the guy because of his awful contract. If this team was awful and doing really bad, maybe you do trade Luis Ariz, but you're not trading Luis Ariz. So what can you do? You can try to improve your bench. You can try to improve your catcher position. Your 8-9 hitters are the worst 8-9 hitters in all of baseball. Go do something. Yet, crickets. Crickets. I don't get it, man. I really don't. Like, is Luis Campusano going to do worse than this? Like, again, Mike Shilty. I don't give a fuck about how many games Elias Diaz has caught that was a shutout. I don't care. This team needs offense. Okay. By the way, you're not like the greatest one-run team in baseball history. All right. You've won 5 1-0 games this year. That's great. But you know what your record is when you score 1 run or less? It's 5-11. So, like, give me offense. I don't care about how many shutouts he's caught. Give me something other than this. It is mind-numbing and so infuriating to watch Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz on a consistent basis, and Trenton Brooks and Bryce Johnson and Tyler Wade and Jose Iglesias. It's already bad enough to watch Fernando Tatis Jr. and Jackson Merrill and Xander Bogaerts stink up the joint. Am I hot tonight? Came in hot tonight. Oh boy. LLM, thanks for the super. Ohtani broke Cease. I mean, maybe. I just think Cease is, mid at best and probably a little overrated. I thought, coming in when they traded for Dylan Cease last year, I was excited for that, mainly because of what he did in his runner-up Cy Young year, and thought to myself, his final season with the White Sox was awful because he was on the worst team in baseball, and a lot of the factors there were because of defense and the lack of run support, and just it's hard to get up when you play for the worst team in the sport, like in the history of the sport. But like now looking back, this guy's just blah. I mean, he posts, he throws a bunch of innings, but he's not at this point in time. Dude's not an ace, not a big time pitcher. Sorry. Carlos, thank you, Peter Seiler. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, dude. Don't do that. Don't do that, Carlos. I get you're upset, but yeah, we don't need to go there. All right. Come on, man. I get you're upset. All right. But we don't need to do that. Okay. Please don't do that. G Rock and 80, appreciate the super chat. How many X do we face starting pitchers with high ERA? Oh, how many times? Sorry, my brain is fried. Sorry. How many times do we face starting pitchers with high ERA and our offense flops? So frustrating. Stat of the day: Arizona starting pitchers had an OPS of 997 versus the 2 through 4 hitters, and today we went 1 for 12 in the last 3 games, or tonight. Yeah. Gallen and Merrill and Fott completely shoved these last 3 games, and the Padres are lucky to have won one of them. It happens way too much. Oh, and by the way, this weekend, guys, Philadelphia, it does not get any easier. The probables for that series, you got Ranger Suarez. By the way, he's got a 1.99 ERA. Good fucking luck. Saturday, Zach Wheeler. We all saw how that went down when they faced Zach Wheeler in Philadelphia. And Sunday, right before the break, they face who do they face here? Pull this up. Yeah, they faced Christopher Sanchez, and we all saw how they did against Christopher Sanchez in Philadelphia. So it's not going to get any easier for this offense. Oh man. Get to some more supers here before we get to Mark Nimitz. Every so often, thanks, buddy. Daniel Camarena for DH. Yeah, I wouldn't. He'd be just as good as Trenton Brooks. He got the same number of home runs lifetime as Trenton Brooks does. Rocket Skates, thanks for the super. He says Space Jam Monstars stole their baseball powers, perhaps. I mean, maybe, because I don't have an explanation for why Fernando Tatis Jr. sucks, and Jackson Merrill sucks right now, and Xander Bogaerts, all he can do is hit singles and, occasionally hit some doubles that are meaningless. But other than that, I mean, he's just been very mid for you as a player. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bogaerts at least had a hit. He had oh man, great hit tonight. He scored that amazing run tonight. I mean, that's Xander Bogaerts to me. When you look at his numbers, very few of his numbers are meaningful. Very few. Very, very few. Like I could probably count on one hand, maybe. Two hands, one hand. The amount of impactful moments he's had in a Padres uniform. It's not very many. All right, here, hold on 1 second here. Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor. Oh, wait, did I pull it up? No, I didn't pull it up. Hold on. Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor, has been with us since day one for all your insurance needs. Go to our buddy Mark Nimitz. I know Mark is not happy about the game tonight and how the Padres have been playing. Yes, Mark is the GOAT. If you have any insurance need, car insurance needs, house insurance needs, homeowners insurance, go to Mark Nimitz. All his information is on that ticker below. He's helped John out with his homeowners insurance before. mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you. Let's pull this up here. Oh, don't worry, Will. I did not forget about this team with runners in scoring position. I didn't even mention how the game started tonight. You get Fernando Tatis Jr. with a double down the left field line. All right, let's go. Nothing. So you immediately start off the game 0-for-3 with runners in scoring position. Would they go to 0-for-11 this series? Did they get it? Well, yeah, because they got 0-for-11, right? They didn't have a hit with runners in scoring position last night. On Monday night, they went 0-for-6. And then tonight, they had the home run from Shildt and then the RBI ground out from Bryce Johnson, another 0-for-5. They're 11 0-for-11 with runners in scoring position in this series. This is I said last night and today on John and Jim, last night's game is just who they are. They're going to have to win with really good pitching and really good defense and pray to God that they put up enough runs on the board and make it count. Like to think that they're anything different than that, go back to 2023. For the entire 2023 season up until a meaningless September, what were we all doing? This team is going to turn it around. There's too much talent on this team to not turn around. The offense has to turn it around. Then what happened? They cratered in August. The offense did not turn it around. And when it did turn it around and they won like 11 of 12 to end their season or some crazy, number, guess what? It was too little, too late. Too little, too late. And I'm worried that this is going to be this year's team. The only thing I'm truly waiting for is second half Shildt and to see if that still reigns true. Because last year, that was what was written by Kevin, and that was what was preached. Second half Shildt. And they proved that to be correct. They proved that right. Second half Shildt, 43-19, best second half record, best 2-month stretch in Padres history. So I'm waiting. I'll be waiting for second half Shildt, as everybody will. And if it doesn't happen this year, that narrative, that's dead. I'm sorry. Done. That's it. Yeah, 2023 vibes. It's early. Now it is technically still early. And I said, look, if you go 6-4 in this homestand, you go 5-5 out of the break on the road, you enter the final couple days before the trade deadline, 8 games over 500. You play the Mets. Even if you lose 2 or 3 there, you're 7 games up. And being 7 games up, Preller's going to be buying. So that kind of feels like a far ways away, though. Feels like a far ways away. Let's get some more supers here. Chucky D, thanks for the super there, buddy. Scariest part, nobody in the minors close to contributing next year. We already have a $200 million luxury tax payroll for 2026 with this quote unquote core. Yeah, they have $1.3 billion invested into this lineup. They need to produce. You know, if you buy like a Bentley and it continues to break down, I mean, what are we doing? The car needs to produce. You paid all this money for the car. The car needs to run right. You can't be constantly having engine problems if you paid all this money for this very expensive car. This team consistently has engine problems, yet they're paying a premium for this car. Like they paid a luxury price on Xander Bogaerts, thought they were getting a Bentley, and they got a 1998 Camry. Probably a little too harsh, maybe more like a 2007 Camry, 2008 Camry. But still, the point remains. They pay this money, thought they were getting one thing with Xander, they're getting the other. He doesn't provide any production for you, has meaningless hits. His numbers look fine because, he gets a couple hits here and there and he's hot lately. Dude's got 30 RBIs on the season. And he's hitting fifth in the lineup every single day, or sixth. He's got 5 home runs. His OPS is under 700 again. Like, what are we doing? Why are we trying to make excuses all the time for underachieving players? It's like the definition of insanity is like, oh, the player's actually really good. No, Mike, he's actually not. Let's get some more supers here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We're nearing 10,000 subscribers on the channel. We're on our way to 9,000 right now, but we can only do it with your help. And by the way, the video tonight will, if you drop a like, it will help the video in the algorithm. So please drop a like. Please hit that subscribe button. And appreciate you all out there. Any chance these players have silently quit because of no off-season or in-season moves by the front office? No, I don't sense that. I mean, there were a couple of bats tonight towards the end of that game. I was like, that was a give up at bat. Manny Machado's a bat in the 9th inning. He wanted no part of that. But I don't sense that. I really don't. If I did, I would tell you. But I don't, because Mike Shildt will let you know, and I don't believe this team has quit in them. I don't. That's a thing that's different than the 2023 team. The 2023 team had a bunch of quit in them because they didn't like each other. This team, I don't feel that way. I feel like this team almost, in a sense, tries too hard. And it's not a bad thing, but, it's not helping them. You can try as hard as you want, but sometimes, it just doesn't work. And you got to switch it up. And there's no doubt about that they're trying and they care. That has nothing to do with this. It's that they're just not it. Like, Xander can try it as hard as he wants. He's never going to be a good enough player to match his contract. Like, I'm sorry, he just never will be that player. Okay? Fernando Tatis Jr., sorry to say, dude is not going to be a 900 OPS guy probably ever again in his career. The 960 OPS, Fernando Tatis Jr., that we saw in the first 3 years in the big leagues, he's gone. It went away with his surgeries to his shoulder and his PEDs. Sorry. I hate to break it to you. The guy is not that player anymore. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's an above average player. He's an all-star. He is not an MVP candidate. He is not a top 5 player in the sport. Hell, he's not even a top 10 player in the sport. He's a good player. But for everything they signed him for and the reason why they gave him the money that they did and all of that, he's not that guy. They signed a guy that they expected to be a MVP candidate every single year. And guess what? It's not there. You know, when you have as many injuries as he has had and surgeries and, you know, potentially help from PEDs early in his career, then getting suspended from PEDs, like, sorry, you're not that guy, dude. You swindled the Padres for $340 million, and you are a player who is injury prone and has had too many surgeries and injuries and underachieves offensively compared to what we saw in the first 3 seasons of his career. Sorry. Truth hurts. Gets us some more supers here. Rocket Skates. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Why don't they give Tirso another chance? Why don't they give anybody another chance? Like, does anybody in the organization besides Mike Shildt really think that Trenton Brooks is like a good option off your bench? Does anybody in the organization besides Mike Shildt think that Bryce Johnson is a good option off your bench? In what world is Tyler Wade a good option off your bench? Actually, when's the last at bat Tyler Wade had? Let's look this up. When's the last at bat Tyler Wade had in a Padres uniform? Because I'm curious now, because I haven't seen him in a while. Not that I want to see him, but I was just curious. Tyler Wade. His last at bat was June 29th in Cincinnati. I think it was a pinch hitting spot. Right? Yeah. He came in the game, played defense against Texas. But he didn't get an at bat. His last official at bat was June 29th. And what's the point of what's the point of Tyler Wade? I mean, because he's Shilty's lapdog. James, thanks for the super, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay, we all know our offense sucks. However, why are we not trying to manufacture runs and being more aggressive on the bases? It's legit something that needs to be discussed. Here's the thing, James. They can't be aggressive on the base pass because they don't get on base. They had what, 4 hits tonight? It's not good enough. Yeah, they had 4 hits tonight. You know, if they were getting on base at a high clip and they're walking a bunch, you know, they walked 0 times tonight. I know Shilty's like, oh man, this is who we are. They walked 0 times tonight. If they're not going to walk, if they're not going to get on base, they don't even have an opportunity to be aggressive. But I agree with you. When they are that team, because they have been that team at points this year, when they are that team and they get on the base pass, they are aggressive. Mike Shildt has shown to be aggressive on the base pass, and good things happen for this team. But right now, they don't get on base, so they can't be aggressive. Every so often, thanks to the super chat, really appreciate it. He goes, this is an 81 Honda. How dare you? I know. Sorry. Wrap up show brutal. Just because I'm being too honest tonight. Let's see here. What else we got? How do you guys like this? Put it on the screen. Does this work? Send it super. Oh, there we go. I can't even read it though. I was gonna put the chats on the screen, but I can't read them because they're so tiny. But maybe I could. No, I can't see it. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Ishmael. Appreciate it. I mean, look, I can't my DNA, I can't sugarcoat things. I am the opposite of Mike Shildt. I tell it like it is. I can't like try to convince you a carton of rotten milk is actually good for you. Like Mike Shildt trying to tell you that Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz are helping this team. I just can't do that. And I've some people don't like it. Some people don't find it to be constructive, and some people just want to hear, rah rah, you know, team water carrying, homers. It's not me. There's plenty of that in this town. There's plenty of homers in this town. There's plenty of, well, actually, like, okay, well, you're not watching the same game I'm watching. But again, what do I know? All right, let me just pull this up here. Hold on one second, guys. SeatGeek. Want to thank SeatGeek for being a sponsor. Oh, dang it. You know what? Hold on. I got to see when my computer is like about to blow up, but I need to try to bring up SeatGeek here on my own and do all this stuff. I'll add that to the page. And then there we go. SeatGeek is MLB's official ticket marketplace. Once you download SeatGeek, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account. If you guys want to go to a Padres game tomorrow night and watch this team score 2 runs or less, you're in luck. You can do it. Just go to SeatGeek and use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. And if you're looking for the cheapest ticket because you don't want to waste your money on this team right now, I'm looking at tickets for $37 here in right field. And if you get 2 of those tickets, use our promo code for $50 or more, you get $20 off. PADSWRAP. Use our promo code PODSWRAP, and you can watch this team score 1 to 2 runs a night and be incredibly frustrating while they have runners in scoring position and potentially have to watch a full 9 innings of Martin Maldonado. But use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Thank you to SeatGeek for being a sponsor of the wrap-up show. We'll get to some more of your comments here. Just pull this up. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Jim's on a good one tonight. I'm here for it. Thanks. Johnny, I'm a Dodger fan. You guys are complete ass right now. You guys suck. You guys lost 6 in a row. Padres haven't lost 6 in a row. Kwan, thank you. Says, does Cease hurt the team more than help the team? I mean, you can make an argument for both. I mean, tonight, my argument is he hurts the team more than he helps the team. But he's had a couple nice outings this year. I think the one thing that he does do, which is, gives you innings. He's got 103 innings on the year. And, through an entire 162 game season, you're going to need guys to eat up innings, and Dylan Cease eats up innings. That's a positive thing from Dylan Cease is he'll give you innings, he'll post innings wise. But other than that, like he's not going to give you much else of anything. 4.88 ERA with a 1.3 WHIP. Come on. But he pitches innings. I mean, gives you innings. The last 5 years, he's got 165 and 2/3, 184, 177, 189 and a third, and this year he's got 103 and a third innings pitched. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Dodgers have lost 6 in a row. Padres are still 6 back of first place. What does that tell you? Or sorry, they're 5.5 back. What does that tell you? The Dodgers can go through one of their worst losing streaks in recent memory, and they're still 5.5 up on you in the National League West. If the playoffs started today, guys, the Padres would be out of the playoffs. So, yeah. I would agree with this, Greg. Cease is one problem, but the lineup is a serious problem. Yeah, I agree. I'm not trying to say that Dylan Cease is the main problem with this team. I was just saying that tonight and talking only about Dylan Cease's season tonight, which is he's had a bad year and he has hurt this team. He has not shown up like I thought he was going to show up. He has not been an ace like I thought he was going to be this year heading into a walk year. And he's been incredibly disappointing. There's no way around it. I don't care what stats and analytics you throw my way with Dylan Cease. He has been incredibly disappointing this season. And he's been flat out awful. And he'd probably tell you that. But that doesn't make anybody feel better. Go out and produce. Go out and perform. Like, this is a big year for you, dude. And you're completely shitting the bed. So, not good. Not good at all. Let's get to Underdog Fantasy, guys. If you have not already, do it right now. Download the Underdog Fantasy app. You can win up to $1,000 your money right now. All you have to do is just pick higher or lower on your favorite team stats, like home runs, strikeouts, hits, doubles, you name it. Just pick stats higher or lower from 2 different teams. Use our promo code that is right over here. Download the Underdog Fantasy app, and when you download Underdog Fantasy, use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Start playing now, and you can win some big-time money. But you have to use our promo code, and you have to download Underdog Fantasy to do so. So thank you to Underdog Fantasy being a sponsor of the wrap-up show. If I don't have anything else tonight, I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody tonight. I kind of went off on a rant and just kind of let it fly tonight. But did I miss any supers? Oh, okay, I did. Cody, thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Jim, stop defaming our magic bullet. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that about Trenton Brooks. I think I saw a tweet from the Divine Sports Gospel guys tonight, and it was hilarious. Let me see if I can pull it up. Shout out DSG. Where was it? I think it was along the lines of like Trenton Brooks is going to become a awesome. Yeah, here we go. Trenton Brooks has huge name a forgotten player on TikTok energy. Dude, that was a great tweet. I'm gonna like it. I forgot to like it. Boom. Great tweet. Great tweet, DSG. That was perfect. It perfectly described Trenton Brooks. Like to a T. He is the most name a forgotten player ever in like 2, 3, 4 years. Like who? Nothing against Trenton Brooks. Thought his home run at Dodger Stadium, pretty fucking awesome moment. Growing up a Padres fan, like hitting a home run against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, pretty awesome moment. And that he'll remember forever. And I'm sure, when his career's over, he'll be watching that thing on loop. But yeah, other than that, he's just not good. Sorry. I hate to be so harsh, but truth is the truth. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Still have to do a 4-hour show tomorrow. John and Jim, 2 p.m. Make sure to tune in. Darnay is going to join me at 4 o'clock. We'll still have a lot to talk about on tomorrow's show. You thought that I was done. Oh, no. I still have a lot left in the tank about this baseball team. So tomorrow at 2 p.m., we'll dive deeper into the problems with the Padres. It's like a broken record with this team right now. Dylan Cease, we'll talk more about him, this offense, the bench. We'll hear from Mike Shildt, and we'll get you guys ready for Game 4 tomorrow against the Diamondbacks. I want to thank Camul Casino, SeatGeek, Mark Nimitz, and Underdog Fantasy for being sponsors of the wrap-up show. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Please, we are looking to get to 10,000 subscribers by hopefully the middle of next month. We need your help. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It helps with the video and the algorithm. Until tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. on John and Jim. Talk to you then. Peace out, guys.